What is up, everybody? Back at the Life of an Average Joe podcast. Let me tweak out this light and take a sip of water. Hopefully my mic is working. Hello. Anyway, Life of an Average Joe podcast here. I messed up, guys. I messed up. Let me touch this. It's going to be weird. That's what she said. Okay, so don't ask why I'm using this little lapel mic. I just feel like doing it today. I'm trying something out. I have a new little setup over here, even though you've got the same, background. Oh, shoot. Forgot to shut that light off. Look at that shiny thing. That's actually my wine saber, so I can champagne bottles. I won it, and it's super epic, but the light that I have on doesn't matter. Sorry for being late, guys. I dropped the episode. I dropped the ball. Look, I dropped the ball. I have an episode that I'm releasing next week, and I was like, cool, I've got an episode for this week, so I'll record Thursday for the following week, and I'll start getting ahead again. But I realized I need that episode to drop next week because of certain things. And so I'm like, well, I'll just record Tuesday, no big deal. I got a couple topics. Guess what happened? Tuesday, I went to a wine dinner. Now, I don't go to a lot of wine dinners for work, I'll be honest with you, because we have so many. There's I feel like it's in a month, work-related stuff between work, 40 plus, everything that transpires, that involves on my day-to-day wrapped in, right? Throw in a quarterly meeting, throw in an event, throw in, here and there, then throw in wine dinners. Or sometimes we have beer dinners and beer events. And sometimes we have, like I did that Salina Festival. We have things like that. I'm not going to work 7 days a week and cram it into a 5-day span. I've got time with my son. I've got podcasting. I've got my health. I've got appointments. I've got, working out. I've got my own personal life. So I love these wine dinners and these educational dinners that we do. I think they're super important to what I do for a living. Not only do I get to taste some amazing wines, and some of them I've never had, and some of them I won't even be able to have. I mean, just the other day I was drinking, $139 bottles of wine, $90 bottles of wine, $150 bottle, amazing. We're trying some, $90 French wines and really cool stuff. And I do spend money on wine, and I'll buy a good bottle, good bottle price wise, a higher end bottle of wine occasionally, but I can't do that on a regular basis, nor do I want to. So being able to go taste those, helps me sell it better. And that's ultimately where I make my money, right? And then going, for the camaraderie and learning experience, and then just the good food. So the past 2 weeks, I had a wine dinner just a couple nights ago. I had a wine dinner a week before, and I went. It timed out. I didn't have Luke that night, so it works. But if I have my son, unless it's something that I'm really looking forward to, and most of these dinners we get a pretty good notice on, but for me, I need a month. Some of these we get a couple weeks, and it's just the way the business is. I'm also looking around at everybody that goes to these dinners, and I feel like I'm the only one with a 7-year-old. Everybody else either doesn't have kids, their kids are older or retired, or not retired. Their kids are older and in a situation where it's okay. So I look, I'm going to go when I can, but I went, and it was a really good dinner, and it was really fun wine and good times. And I came home and I was just tired. And then I realized I did not record an episode. Okay, well, I still have 1 week. Let me go set up this episode to drop. And I dropped that episode, or I looked at that episode and I was like, oh my God. It's not a matter of editing a couple things. This episode is for the next week. I don't have anything this week. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm releasing it late, but I'm recording 2 episodes today. I've got one next week. So we're starting to get ahead again. When I need to. My goal is to try to finish May in the next week and get May all locked in. And then the first week of May, start on my June because I'm going out of town in June. And I'd like to get 3 weeks of June. If I get the month of June before the end of May, I'm a happy man. So we'll go from there. But anyway, that's what's going on, guys. So I apologize. I just got back from the gym. No need for this hoodie other than I want to sweat. So I have I usually wear like a longer sleeve shirt, thin shirt under here, and I put a hoodie on. I want to sweat in the gym. Helps me lose weight, releases all that gross stuff. So it is going to be 89 today, which is funny because last week it was 30. My heat kicked on last weekend. It's 36. It's 89 today. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I got a lot of stuff to do. I got some deep cleaning to do in my house. I got to pick up Luke today. I am a busy man, guys. Okay? So it's a day late. Just freaking listen to it. But I was thinking, actually, it's for a lot of parents out there, this topic, but it's also really for people and human beings and ourselves in general. Because creativity is something that I think we all have a little bit of. I always hear these people say, I'm not creative. And when I hear somebody say, oh, I'm just not creative like that, I think there's a couple things. I think they don't know what they're creative in, or they haven't experienced a lot of creativity in their life. Like they haven't dabbled in creativity. I think they have a very narrow mind of what creativity is. And I think that they don't view what they do as being creative. And I think it's easy as you get older, to get into kind of that routine with work and life and bills and even working out. And if you're in a relationship or you're married and like you start to feel like it's not that you're not happy. It's not that you're not enjoying yourself. It's just that you start to feel it's not creative. Like you getting up to vacuum and clean and dust and put a desk together and go to work is not creative. And maybe your job isn't creative in that realm of what you assume creativity is. But I think a lot of us have those aspects of creativity. It just might not be as much. And I think it's really important that we tap into that creative side. I believe in that. And I believe that parents are the worst at killing their kids' creativity. I believe that we are the worst at shutting kids down when it comes to creative times. Now, this isn't about soft parenting. This isn't about, well, back in the day I was raised. No, it's a reality. Back in the day it wasn't right. And I'm not telling anybody how to raise their kid. I'm just saying that I think as we get older, we learn that some of the things that were okay back in the day, they ain't okay. They might have stunted some mental growth, physical growth, emotional growth, creative growth. And you didn't even know about it till years later. And now we're starting to view that. And I'm not getting into some weird thing. It's a reality. Look, kids have to have structure. There's no doubt about it. When Luke doesn't have structure, he's a terror. Okay? It's rough. And he's already got that wild edge in him, He's a boy. He's 7. He's my boy. He's got outside influences from school, from his sisters, from his mom, from what he views on TV to the music he listens to. His brain is absorbing how to write, how to do math, science. He's learning stuff. We talked about, Mount Everest the other day. We talked about the fact that there's no trillionaires in the world. And he's putting all this. Now think about it from your perspective. When you have all this information in your head that you already know, imagine not knowing it. And you're just just absorbing it. It's like you're plugged in, just, it's crazy. It's our job as parents to kind of help him sort through that. Take this over here, swipe this way, push it up, push this out, rip this out, and it's hard. And it's not, you do it in one day and you have a good day, and the next day it resets again. They have to have an outlet for that, and they have to have structure. It can't be wake up in the morning, go to school, do your work, play, come home, talk about what you're doing, eat your snack, play, bath, maybe watch something, read, bed, rinse, cycle, repeat, rinse, recycle, repeat for 5 days in a row. That's not structure. That's a regimented military style plan that doesn't even work for adults like us. Because think about it. And I'm getting to what I'm going to give some examples, but hear me out. Think about it. The days that I work, let's say it's a long day. Let's say I have 3 long days in a row. I get to work at 8. I get home at 7. I get to work at 8. I get home at 7. If Luke's there, hang out with Luke for a little bit. So I put everything, my tired aside, everything to hang out with him before he goes to bed. Focus on his regiment. He goes to bed, I go to bed. Get up, go to work. It wears on you because you have no time. And you can get away with that for a while. Sometimes you have to suck it up and just have a really long week and there's nothing you can do about it. And you have to accept it and go, this is the week. But, 5 days from now, 6 days from now, I'm off for 3 days. And I'm just going to do what I got to do. Sometimes that happens. But if that continuously happens for weeks at a time, sometimes you break. And maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going to stay up late and I'm going to watch some movies that I want to watch. And then you don't get a lot of sleep. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to stay up late, watch movies, get up at 5 a.m. and work out. Or maybe you're like, you know what, dude? I'm just going to sit on the patio with some music and pour some wine. And maybe you drink a bottle. So maybe you're not feeling great in the morning, but you got to do it again. You sacrifice that because you need to feel something that's your own. And that's me at 46. Imagine a 7-year-old trying to explain, Dad, I just want 5 more minutes to watch this movie, or can we play for 5 more minutes, or do I have to go to bed now because I really just want to hang out with you? It's hard for them to explain. So when you tell them, hey man, stop watching the movie, go to bed, we got to brush your teeth, go to bed, their mind can't just shut off like that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And inevitably, you're probably going to have a break. They're probably going to get cranky, moody, emotional. No, 5 more minutes. No. And you can argue with them, and then you've just ruined their night, and you're putting them to bed angry. So you got to give them that time, which is why the structure is important, but you got to work within that structure. Let them express themselves. Let them be creative. I'm not saying let a temper tantrum happen. Stop shooting down creativity. I hear it all the time with these little darts, I call them, these little knives, these little shanks. I hear it from parents, and it pisses me off. And I've done it, and it pisses me off. And I'm probably the most man, dude, that's what you want to do? That's what you want to do today? You want to hey, build this giant fort and have you and I work on it all day and then play and then leave it up at night and then do again tomorrow? Why do I care? What do I care? Let's do it. We still have to do these things today. This is our list. You still have to take a bath or shower. You still have to read, and we still have to practice your writing. But everything else, I'm in, dude. I've heard parents say, well, that seems like too much. Let's do it on the weekend. You just shot a dart at them because you didn't give them an alternative. You just said, let's do it on the weekend. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to get caught up during the week. You're going to be tired. As the weekend comes, well, we got to run there. We got to do this. Okay, we'll play a little, but you've missed everything that you told this kid that you were going to do. And sometimes that happens. We understand. But You didn't give them an alternative. You just said, let's do it on the weekend. This kid has been thinking about this. When I get home, I'm going to play with dad. I'm going to play with mom. This is what I want to do. And you rip that creativity from them. What a dick. What a dick. So maybe it's better to say, man, you know what? That's an awesome idea. That's killer. I don't know if today we're going to have much time to do that. What if you and I start drawing out our plans, and then tomorrow you don't have school? After breakfast, we hit it hard. Keeps the kid excited. Gives the kid an alternative. Or maybe the kid comes back, Dad, okay, I don't really want to draw it. What if we just build this part first today? Okay, we can work that in. Because if you keep shooting down that creative moment every time he gets home from school, or she gets home from school, or every time she's done with breakfast, or every time, they're going to stop telling you about it. They're going to stop expressing their creativity to you. And that little flame is going to, and as they get older, that little flame disappears. And whenever that flame starts to pop up when they get older, it could never happen. It could never ignite. Because you've blew it out so many times. You shanked them so many times. You threw those darts at them and popped their bubbles so many times. And I hate doing that, man. I've seen it in my son's eyes. And sometimes it can't be avoided, man. Sometimes it can't. But I think if we take a step back instead of just shooting it down and come up with an alternative of creativity, it still shows that you're engaging. It still shows that you're there, because there's more to parenting than just running the inmates through the day and moving on. Some days it is that way. Look, there's no two ways about it. Some days, man, it's business. It sucks. Bro, I got up this morning. I worked out. I took you to school. I went to work. I had the worst day, or the busiest day. And we got home. You had an extracurricular activity that we had to go. So we had to go back to the school. We came home. We made dinner at 7:00. Bro, you got to take a shower or a bath. Okay, we got like a 45-minute window. Boom, done. There's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about it. Those are usually the days that kids have the most problems, because they they didn't have a moment for themselves to be creative. You think my son wants to go to school every day and get his green folder? No, he doesn't. Do you think I want to go to work every day and deal with the same crap? Like, I have a set of plans of things I need to do today, but I'm going to have the same person bug me about the same thing they bugged me yesterday and take me away from my day. Do you think I want to do that and go through that Groundhog Day again? No. But it also helps parents with their creativity. We don't need to breed future generations of people that feel like their ideas are diminished and their creativity is diminished. We need to encourage that. I hate when people say, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's a big question. My kid's gone from a singer, a rapper, a dancer, a scientist, to building things, not construct. I don't know what that means. To an engineer, because he likes to build stuff and design stuff. To an artist. Everything he said is okay. My response to him is always, dude, go after whatever you want. Make yourself happy. But make sure that you got money and that you finish your school and that you have a job to support that awesome idea, because maybe the engineer job frees him up time to explore on the turntables. to dance, to draw more and buy his artistic stuff. And then maybe he has a side hustle that's actually pretty lucrative in art. Or maybe he quits engineering. He's got the money and now he's really selling art and he's happy. I don't personally care as long as he's happy. I am not going to sit here and be that parent that says, oh, yeah, it's cool that you like art and dance and hip hop, but you need to do this. Because then you start taking those ideas away. And kids are going to listen to the parent because they assume they're the parent. They're the adult. They are the leaders. They know what's best for me. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. It's like when they have this fad, or maybe Luke watches Bluey. He's back to watching Bluey. Thank God. I don't have to watch it by myself and feel weird. As he got into first grade, he saw some kindergartners wearing Bluey shirts. I don't really like Bluey anymore, Dad. Who doesn't like Bluey? Okay, I'm 46, bro. Yeah, that's for kids. You are a kid. Like, I know we're going to Kendrick Lamar concert, but you are a kid, okay? We just went to the Minecraft movie, see? Got my TNT bucket, chicken jockey. Dude, the movie's fun. Screw you guys if you don't like it. You're a kid. Yeah, but that's for little kids. Bro, you are a little kid. You're 7. But it's like that moment when you feel like, oh, I don't really like it anymore. Because maybe other friends have said they don't like it, or you don't see your friends wearing Bluey stuff, so you're like, I'm not sure. And then finally you're like, screw it, dude, I like Bluey. It's my comfort. It's his comfort show. At night, I like to watch new movies with him and new shows with him. He's very particular on that. He loves movies, but he's particular. And at night, it's part of his wind down process. And there ain't no new Bluey episodes out right now. They need to hurry up. So he's watching the same ones every night during the school week. It's his wind down process, and he's happy about it, and he watches it. But it's like that, they start to pull away from it. Nobody should ever pull away from what they like. Dude, I am who I am, okay? I still like professional wrestling. I don't watch it very much. I think it's gone downhill, but then now I think it's kind of coming back. I'm not religiously watching it, but I like it. I'm watching WrestleMania, in a couple weeks. I like following it, I like cartoons, like animated films. Some of them are a little more adult oriented, like there's a new Predator animated coming out. It's going to be violent. I don't think Luke's going to watch it. I need to watch it first, but I'm into it. I have a TNT bucket. I'm not even a big Minecraft fan, but I'm a movie guy, right? I'm movies. You know this. You guys listen to me. You follow me on TikTok. That's where I get my little extra cha-ching. I'm a movie guy. So I think the TNT bucket's super cool. It's a fun collectible, I love hip hop music, but I listen to Frank Sinatra. Like, I don't need somebody to pigeonhole me and make fun of me. I wear pink, and I rock it all day. Not every day. Typically only on Wednesdays. But I wear pink. Luke's been like, Dad, why do you wear pink? I'm like, bro, I look good in pink. I do. I look a little pale right now, but a little dark skin, a little pink. Pink's good on me, bro. Shoot. Wasn't pink a girl's color? No. I mean, do I wear pink that has like My Little Pony on it? I don't think anybody does. Or Barbie? No, I'm good. Do I decorate my room in pink? Not so much. But it's not a girl's color. There's girls' clothes, but do I care what anybody says about me? And I gotta tell you right now, I hear somebody, my stupid ex-wife all the time, nice pink shirt. Great, that's great. Why? Number one, why would you say that in front of Luke? Okay, you're an idiot. Because now he's going to start putting that into his head. Number two, it's not funny. Like, it's the same old joke. Like, you want to say it the first time, like, nice pink shirt? Okay. But then it's just, that's so creative. I'm so glad you came up with another joke. Nice face. I don't know. This coming from the person, this isn't a bash. I would say this to her if she was here. This coming from the person that's still wearing one of my old t-shirts, bro. So I know that thing's old. So why? Yo, that brewery hasn't been around in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. That's from me. So get a new t-shirt, bro. Anyway, but like we shouldn't be doing that stuff because that kills their creativity. If Luke doesn't want to wear pink, I don't care, but that's me. I don't care what anybody thinks. That's the way I want him to feel. Be happy. Hey, Dad, I drew this. I want to draw a castle. It's usually not something he says. So he draws a castle on the moon and then incorporates the video game characters Among Us in it. That's his creative outlet. Dude, I've seen him draw some great stuff. I don't care what he wants to draw. And he gets frustrated, but I support it. Yeah, buddy. Dad, he's into this. What would you rate this drawing? What would you rate this dessert? What would you rate this meal? I don't know why, but he's into that. I'm honest with him. Man, that is a really good drawing. You did a great job with that. I think it's about an 8. It's not my favorite, but you did a great job with that. Then he's got other drawings. I'm like, dude, you did that? That's a 10 out of 10. Hands down. You've gotten so much better at that. Even playing video games, which I know sometimes can hinder creativity, is still an outlet. Yes, we need to balance that. We do. Kids are too emotionally immature at times to handle video games. Luke got a VR set for Christmas from Santa. Me. That was a big move. And there's a game, Gorilla Tag, in it that is designed for younger kids. But it's VR. It's not like you're picking up the controller and triangles jump and X's grab and you can move. No. You are literally moving, and it's not always as accurate to climb the ladder, or there's little things you can do, like how do I get out of the map to go to this next one? It's hard. He's 7, and he hasn't had the VR for even a year yet. What he did from day one to now is unbelievable. He gets very frustrated and like mental breakdown, like cry. I just want to do it. And I have to pull back because he's 7. He's not emotionally ready and intellectually ready. It doesn't mean he's dumb. There's a reason they put ages on there. Bro, I can't do the VR for like 5 minutes because I feel like I'm going to throw up. Like falling off a building, trying to grab onto the couch. I'm over it, dude. I hate VR. But when he does something amazing, he wants to show me. He's proud of it. It's creative. So we play Fortnite. Dad, I just won Battle Royale. Oh my God, dude. What? I just got my first win. You got one already? What? That's amazing. And check it out how I did it. And it shows the replay. Oh my God, what? Yeah, I shot the bazooka down. It shot me up in the sky and I sniped her. Creative. It's different outlets, you know? It's like we play basketball. We've been playing basketball lately. Yeah, right? With my extreme height and skills, we've been playing basketball lately. I'm all about it. He has a hard time. It's a big net, but he's dribbling really well. And he's got the shoot. Like his form is great. And the height is getting there. It's got to get a little distance, you know? He gets frustrated, but then he makes a couple shots and it's Brandon, how is basketball creative? Because he's expressing himself. That's the mood he's in. That's what he wants to do. We shouldn't shoot that down as parents. I've had somebody said to me, this jerk off. I don't talk to this guy very much. He texts me, man, I can't talk right now. Luke and I are playing basketball. Man, Luke's kind of short, isn't he? Bro, I would come through this phone and predator you. You'll be hanging from a tree upside down with no skin if you talk about my kid. That's why I don't talk to this prick. And I'm like, doesn't matter. But what if somebody that Luke looked up to, or people kept saying that to him, it would hurt his feelings. He would look at himself wrong, and he would pull that creativity inside. He would take basketball out of his creative bubble and get rid of it. We can't do that. We've got to, part of our parenting and part of human beings is we've got to be able to source, not really, that's not the word I'm looking for, to have an outlet for our creativity. And we cannot, as parents, sit here and hinder over and over again, because eventually you beat that down, they're done, dude. They're done. And you might not view it as creativity. You might view creativity as painting, drawing, learning a guitar, drums, or singing, or writing a song, or poetry. There's so many things that are creative. This podcast right now is creative. I'm creating content. I'm out here talking to whomever, strangers, friends, family, people that don't know me, people that don't like me, people that do like me. I don't know. And I'm just putting it out there. Not everybody can do it. Mine isn't the best. I don't have all these great logos everywhere in the designs. I will. Coming soon, I'm going to have some cooler stuff, tweak it in a little bit better, make it look a little more, I don't want to say professional, but quality, and still be raw. That's just because this is who I am. This, to me, is the best part, is you don't need to see what microphone I'm using. I'm using this lapel one right now. I'm really just doing this to test it out, guys. It was having some issues. I'm hoping it's fixed. I think I fixed it. I have 3 microphones I'm looking at right now. You don't need to see an awesome background with a green screen and my logo flashing. That's not who I am. But I will pop up my logo when I need to. I will edit some stuff that's creative, Going out there on TikTok and all that, doing my movie reviews and talking about them is a form of creativity. It might not be painting the Mona Lisa, but it's a form of creativity. I'm not good at drawing. I love writing. I've written a lot of stuff that should have been published 2 years ago. I don't know why, it's like right there. It's like I'm done. I'm ready, I will. I promise you I will. It's like that dude writing the Lord of the Rings books, except I finished mine. He hasn't. Not Lord of the Rings. That guy's dead. The Game of Thrones books. It's like, I finished mine. He's still like, I don't know if it's ever going to get done. We don't care. I don't. Nobody cares. But that's creative, expressing yourself in the movie theaters. Coming in dressed up, like for Minecraft. That's awesome. Now, some of the stuff that they did, where they were throwing popcorn and throwing, pops everywhere, and they're taking their Coke and chucking it, that's just being destructive. But coming in as a group with a creative Minecraft scene, I don't care how old you are. I saw people dressed up as villagers. Somebody was dressed up as the Enderman. Like, that is cool. Good for you. Cosplaying. Look, although some of those people can get super ultra weird and super ultra hot, do you, man? That's creative. That's your outlet. Oh, they're just adults dressing up. Yeah, bro. I do it every year for Halloween. If this is what they want to do it. And some of those people make fat cash, more than I'll ever make doing that. So who am I to judge? But could you imagine if a parent, and maybe some of them did, but if a parent or somebody like that was influential at a young age shot them down and said, nah, don't do that. It's a waste. 2 things are going to happen. You're going to quit, or you're going to be like, don't tell me what to do, and I'm going to excel. And it's usually the latter. It's usually the first one. It's the first one. I mean, that happens. People quit. Oh, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why I quit. I don't know why I quit doing that. Why'd you quit drawing? I don't know. Why'd you quit writing music for that band? I don't know. My mom didn't. My mom said it was a waste of time. And then I had to work, and then I tried to do it, and I was tired. And then my mom just said, hey, you should pick up some more shifts so you can buy a car. And, oh, okay, well, there's a key element there. Your mom sucks, number one. There's the way we can say things. There's the way that we can talk about it. And get those kids to stay focused in school and have a routine while still being creative and not crapping in their cornflakes. And adults, you should find your creative outlet. Man, I'm really like plants, Okay, then go plant stuff. Like, make a garden. That's creativity, and you're creating epic stuff. Flowers and food and life. Yeah, I used to draw when I was a kid. I used to paint. I think I'm going to start getting back into that because I just bought this new set. Do it. Nobody has to see it. It can just be for you. I like to run, and I like to run these different routes, and I'm starting to do these trails. And okay, it's healthy, and you're being creative with the way you're working out. If you let that piece of your mind die, what are you? You might as well just sit in the matrix and be plugged into the computer and let them run it until you turn into liquid jelly and die. You want to get into cooking? You can't. Creative in the kitchen is a thing, guys. Trust me, I eat it. I get bored with some of the stuff, and I need to be more creative in the kitchen. I do. And I like cooking. I just run out of ideas sometimes. And Luke gets bored. So I have to be creative. Same thing with packing his lunches. I got to be creative in coming up with interesting things for his lunch. Otherwise, it's like the same old. I know people are like, well, dude, all I had back in the day was like peanut butter and jelly every day. Cool. But did you want it every day? No. If that's all you can afford, that's great. And you know what? There's those days I'm like, bro, we got PBJ this mo. Or PBH, peanut butter and honey. That's fine. I like to put salads in there and hummus and sushi and like pasta and because it's fun. That's what I would like to eat for lunch. Or make a good Italian sub or, meatballs. And then some days, yeah, some apples and carrots and hummus and a PB&J and a sweet treat, cookie. Nothing fancy, but whatever, man. But be creative because it also makes your mind. It's like exercises your mind. You have to think about those things. All these things are good until we diminish them as human beings, as people. Our work can diminish our creativity so much without even realizing it. So you got to find, it's why a lot of people get burned out. I mean, imagine you don't have any creative outlet and you go to work that doesn't encourage creativity. It sounds miserable, dude. That's what the world formulates you. Do this, consume what we give you. Don't do this. You got to break that. And it starts with kids. And parents, you are doing a disservice to your kid and you're failing as a parent. You are failing as a parent if you don't sit there and encourage it or help them out or make the time in your life, no matter how tired you are, to be part of that creative process. Because when you made this kid, you sacrificed your sleep, your everything to give this kid or kids the opportunity to be a better person and pass on what you learned. You've sacrificed. I don't want to hear this. Well, parents deserve this too. Yeah, you do. But until you handle that time with your kid, especially at this crucial age of 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10, at this crucial age before they hit that 13, 14, 15 window, you take a break when you feel like it, when you can fit it in. Yes, be healthy, work out, eat right. Sacrificing sleep sometimes is a thing. I just want to watch this TV show. Sometimes you can't, but that TV show is going to be there forever. Your 6-year-old, your 7-year-old isn't. And the more times you waste that, the more times you shoot down those moments, guys, let's just sit here and watch a movie. You're creating a routine with that kid that he's going to pass down. And there's nothing wrong with watching movies. But this kid's going to go, oh, this is the only attention I can get from my dad or mom. So I guess I'm just going to have to watch movies with them because it's the only way they'll hang out with me. Failed. You failed. And I'm not saying that you can't do it all the time. Go outside. It's 89 degrees today. Do you think if Luke comes home, I mean, he hasn't really been feeling well, but do you think he's allergies or something? If he comes home, he's like, Dad, I just want to play video games. Man, let's go outside, dude. Let's go outside. Now, if he's sick or his allergies are bothering him, total respect. Cool. Let's not play video games right now. Why don't we go do something on the patio? Maybe do some art on the patio. We're still outside, but we're not outside. I don't want to go outside at all. Cool. You want to draw in your bedroom? Want to play Uno? Ooh, let's finish the game we started last night. He's got his guys. He's been into playing with his action figures again. It's been kind of back and forth, but he's been really into like digging them all out. So we've got this big thing everywhere in the room. Let's get back to that. Let's finish doing what we did last night. We're in the middle of this like mansion break-in. Apparently, my guy is friends with his guy, and his guy is a millionaire. He's got all these cars, but these bad guys are coming to break into the mansion and steal his cars. We started playing that last night, got late. He wanted to watch Bluey, go to bed. Boom, let's finish it. Like, be creative. Use that imagination, you know? And some nights, man, maybe it ain't working. Maybe we just put on a quick video game and just hang out. But I always try to find a little bit of a creative outlet, even when if he's sick and just needs to sleep, that's different. Even when he's not feeling at his best, I try to have some creative outlet because I never want him to lose that. And I never want to be the one to not offer it, because that's what he's going to remember. Man, my dad always had ideas and always offered stuff and always helped me with this. And some days we would just draw. I want him to remember that. So one day when he has kids or when he's older, he's like, yeah, it's not all about work because my dad managed to fit all this in, or maybe your kid goes, man, my mom was really into this and she always did this with me, whatever that may be. But then it also helps me stay creative because I spawn ideas like this podcast from Luke. And it's a cycle of creativity that only lifts you up, and it's positive. So anyway, guys, I'm leaving because I have to record one more show and I'm on a time schedule here. So I will see you guys next week. Wednesday. I got a calendar back there. Wednesday on the Life of an Average Joe podcast. Don't forget to drop your comments. Don't forget to follow me on social media, TikTok, Instagram, all that. The Life of an Average Joe podcast.com. It'll alert you with all the new episodes come out. Give me those reviews. Dang, I'm begging you. But it's cool. I'd much rather have you listen and do a like and subscribe. So we'll see you next time. Shutting this light off right now. Later, Gator.